evening and welcome to, well, the shit show. Well, it might well be. It might turn into a shit show. Who knows, Steve?
Go with the flow. Go with the flow.
Obviously, I'm Scott. We all know this man here, the legend that is Mr. Dean from Dean's Beer Reviews, the best beer reviewer on YouTube by a country mile. And yeah, just a free form, nothing major. Sit and have a couple of beers, bit of a chat, and see who's about. Yeah. There was no plan for it. You've been out. You went off to Tesco's this morning, picked the beers up, my mate. So let's know what we picked up and what we'll be drinking.
Right. Okay. So we got. Seeing as it's nice and sunny out there, and it's still quite nice now actually this evening. We've opted for 3 lagers on the usual 3 for $5 at Tesco.
Yep.
So it's a Polana, Munch and Hell. It's a decent beer, and then we've gone for the Camden Hells. Nice big bomber of that.
Yep.
And then last but not least, I don't know if you've had this or not, Scott, but I know I haven't, so I was quite intrigued.
I have had this, but I've only ever had it once. Last summer, Chris and Dave did a live and challenged Chris to go and get some beers that he'd never had before, and I'm pretty sure that was one that
he picked it up. Yeah. I can remember seeing Danny So Fucking Drunk. I think he reviewed it maybe last year, and he seemed pretty. It was an okay sort of beer from what he said on his review, but I've never had it, so nice one to add to the list.
Get myself comfy on this fucking chair. Hang on, that's not good one. Yeah, I can't honestly remember anything about it. I'm sure we did 4 for $6. Were they in the 4 for $6 rate? I don't fucking know. I know Chris picked it up, so.
Yeah, they keep changing it, don't they? Because sometimes you get the big bottles. I know the Polana is only a 500ml bottle, but the other 2 are 660 bombers. So I mean, it's pretty good value if you want to go for 3 660s for a $5. You can't really argue with it.
I know some of the supermarkets. The one that's annoyed me a little bit at the moment is obviously I've gone off to drinking. Just as a go-to beer. Now in Morrison's, you could get 2 6-packs for a tenner. They've now changed that, so you have to buy 3 for 15. So which I think's a bit naughty, because they're obviously where people haven't got as much money to throw around, and they're expecting you to outlay more money. I know it's the same price in the grand scheme of things, but I just think it's a bit cheeky.
Yeah. They move the goalpost with things like that, though, and it frustrates you because you're used to getting that sort of safe bet sort of value when you go in there, and then you notice it's changed and it's gone up, or you've got to buy more. Yeah, it's quite annoying. I mean, I know they had 6-packs of Budvar in Tesco's, little 330 cans. I think they were $5.50.
Yeah.
Or the Pilsner Urquell, again, that's another safe bet lager.
Yeah.
I think that was £6 for a pack of 6. But when you had these multiples and stuff, and they keep changing them, it's damn annoying.
Well, I mean, ultimately, it's the same deal, but it just means
you've got to buy more.
You've got to buy more of it, and obviously, where people have got less spare money around, and they're expecting you to buy them, I just think it's a bit off, if I'm honest.
And what is annoying, I mean, I don't know about you, but my closest supermarket and the one we use the most is Sainsbury's. We can literally walk to it. But what pisses me off with that supermarket is you can't get no 4 for $6 in there.
No.
You think they'd jump on that? With Morrison's and obviously Tesco's doing it for donkey's years, and I think Asda do as well, don't they?
Asda do the buy 4 get the cheapest free, don't they? At the moment, I think that's their deal at the moment on certain.
Beers. There's no multiples whatsoever. There's no multiple deals whatsoever in Sainsbury's, and that's annoying.
They probably say with their clientele they don't necessarily need to, I suppose. I don't.
I guess, yeah.
I don't really know. Don't really know. Do you have a quick whip through these comments before we open the beer up then?
Yeah.
I've got my glamorous assistant over here on the comments.
Cold. It's Thomas.
Yes, I know Thomas. Thomas put up early.
Of course, he's in the house.
Tonight, so. Happy Easter to you, Mark. Hope you're doing all right, mate.
How you doing, Mark?
Hello, Rich. How you doing? Death by Cocktail. Sid Cannon, how you doing, my friend? Hope you're keeping well.
That's it.
That's it. Oh, good to go then. How you doing, Mark? Hope you're keeping well, mate. Are we all up to date? Love it. Love it. So which one are you opening first, pal?
Let's get this heavily out of the way, eh? Shall we do that one? Premium Pilsner Lager.
What does nothing get changed? I think the cold's finally got her. Right, I'm going to use my Budvar glass because I'm too lazy to go and fucking get another one.
All right to me. Who's this brewed by then? Brewed in the UK, so it's contract brewed then.
Yeah,
I thought it was a Belgian Pilsner. Or
I think it's a Belgian style Pilsner, isn't it? I think Belgian Pilsner style lager created in association with the Abbey of the Order of Premontory. Oh, fucking butchered that.
Yeah.
Inspired by the first beers brewed by the monks in the medieval times. Brewed in the UK for C&C Group. Yeah, so it's contract brewed, but yeah.
Okay.
What I remember is all right. Smells right.
It just smells like a generic run-of-the-mill lager, doesn't it? There's nothing sort of off-putting about it. Bit of lemon.
There's nothing offensive in there, is there? There's no. Say a bit of lemon. Slightly grassy.
It's just got that smell that you know is going to quench your thirst, sort of thing, isn't it? Really.
Yeah, it's not stellar. That's all that matters.
It's not stellar. It's not stellar, no.
Anyway,
talking of stellar, I watched our good friend Chris's. He did a review of the Unfiltered. He didn't reckon much to it, did he?
In the bottle, it was in the bottle, wasn't it?
Bottle, yeah, because he said he wanted to buy the bottle, and then if it was all right, he was going to pull the trigger on getting a keg.
So I'm going to be completely honest. I completely agree with him because I've had it in the bottle.
Both, haven't you?
I had it in the bottle, and I wasn't a fan. It just got the skunk. Obviously, we don't get the skunk nature out of the fucking keg. The keg was very nice, very drinkable. The bottle, no thanks. Anyway, mate, fuck.
Cheers.
Clean, crisp,
refreshing,
lemony.
Oh yeah, very lemon, soapy lemon sort of thing to it, isn't there?
It's nice. It's I would call it inoffensive.
It's such a hard market to get anybody's attention with as well, lager, because there's that many around. And even the big boys, when they knock out a new lager, it just falls into the blend with all the others, really. I mean, there's no, I don't know. I just think it is an extremely hard style to review because they all taste the same, really.
I think I've done a few though. It's not a style I do a massive amount of. I think probably for that very reason. Obviously, it's a style that it's an unforgiving style for a start for a brewer because they're so simple that any off flavors they stand out a mile. So you've got to brew it properly. But there's only so much you can say about a pilsner and a lager. It's a bit of spicy, it's grassy, it's lemony, it's malty, and that's about
biscuit. Don't forget the biscuit.
Fucking biscuit. Don't forget the biscuits. And it is hard, and it's probably why I don't do a massive amount of them.
You end up, well, I mean, even reviewing IPAs and stouts, you always have that thing in the back of your head where you're repeating yourself. Whether you change the wording slightly or approach it differently, but you always feel like you're saying the same shit all the time, and to a certain degree, you are.
Yeah. I mean, it generally for me, it's the flavour is not, certainly with IPAs and stouts and lagers. Really, it's not the flavours that are the beer. It's the quality, the beer quality, so the mouthfeel quality, where that's where the difference comes in with things, really. Kenny, thank you very much, mate. Hope you're keeping well. Our good friend Kenny and Maureen out in America. So I hope you're keeping well, buddy. I know that they've had some health issues. So here's to you guys out there, buddy. Hope you're keeping well. Seem to be getting the middle finger from the worst of the stepchildren. I'm taking her for driving lessons soon. Fucking stay off the roads.
I've done all that with my daughter, so yeah, I've managed to get her over the line.
I've just got to wait for the crash helmet and suit to come through. She's got the butcher of friends. And it's the video. The video obviously we recorded at the wedding. It just cracks me up. There's some absolute gems in that little video. And the funniest one for me is Dave when no, he goes, I'm Scott from Scott and Wanda's. He's like, who? Fucking idiot.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and the way I was like, my nan was 105, and then Dave said in the middle of my speech, "No age, is it?"
Oh, that was cracking, mate. That was a cracking day. That was.
Yeah, she went, I'm going in the fucking road. I've got to wait for my crash helmet and suit to come through before I take her anywhere. I want full bubble wrapping.
You want to get on an old airfield and something for the first few times, just to get a feel of the going forward slowly, I guess,
or backwards, depending on which way she wants to go. Hello, David. How you doing, mate? Yeah, that's nice, Dean. Actually, so I don't actually remember a great deal about it, but it's a very nice, simple, refreshing beer. Yeah,
I've got no issues with it. It's I think it's good value. 660, 4.8, so decent ABV on it. Yeah, it holds up quite nicely.
If you're gonna pick up anything for 3 for a £5 on that bottle size at 660ml, I don't think you can go wrong with that. To be fair, I think that's all right. I
mean, there's plenty of choice on that offer as well, isn't there? Because you've got Krombacher in big bottles, you've got Beck's, you've got Bud, Stella.
Yep. Well, no. Hello, Chris.
There is a good choice of beers. You take your pick, sort of thing.
It's nice. It's nice. What I like. Was that Craig? Hello, Craig. How you doing, buddy? It's nice to see actually that you can go into and you've got all the craft stuff, and we all get bogged down with those fucking lovely vibrant cans and all that stuff. But it is nice to turn your back on that and have a look at, because I know Tesco's there immediately behind all of the craft stuff, all of the pilsners, lagers, and it's nice to have a turn around there every now and then, especially with the sun out, and have a look and think. And when you said obviously there was no plan for tonight really on what we were going to drink, and I said I left it to you. You went off shopping before I did this morning, and we'd had a pretty heavy day yesterday for whatever reason. And when you said I've just picked up the 3 for a £5, I'm like, fucking bingo. That suits me absolutely down to the ground.
I mean, these sort of beers come into their own with something like this, where you're shooting the shit with a mate, having a beer, and just interacting. And yeah, we'll talk about a little bit about the beers as we're going through them and stuff, but we'll just waffle on. Really, it's one of them sort of beers we can just, the conversation becomes more important than the beer.
Yeah, it's a great platform. I know it has its problems. YouTube as a platform, as did any social media. Let's be honest about it. But it is a great platform where you can make really good friends. You can have these guys commenting along, and I always remember people used to say, "Wouldn't it be great if you could have TV and comment along with it?" But you have now, sort of
basically,
thing.
yeah.
And it's like chatting to your mates, and some of these people in the chat have become my friends as well. And it is weird. It's still a weird situation. We were sat in the Brewers Tap last night, and some bloke came along and said, "I loved your video." He said, "How did you find Awakening?" I'm like, "Hello." He went, "Oh, I saw your video on it." I went, "Oh, okay." And it's like chatting with him. Turns out he used to run the Brewers Tap. Really, really nice guy called James. Had to chat with him for about 5-10 minutes, and then he went off outside, and then get invited to go and sit with him as well. And it's things like that open people you'd never speak to in your life, and that's the nice part of YouTube. There's a shit.
Yeah. Oh yeah, of course there is, but you try and brush that off as best as you can, really. And focus on the positive stuff all the time. And like you say, there's plenty of positive people on this platform, and you just go in that direction, don't you? Really, you know.
I still enjoy it. I like the lives. Wanda comes and goes with the lives. We're in a really good place. It's a fucking fly here. We're in a really good place. And you know, it's taken us a long time to get to this place where me and Wanda are both very comfortable in what we do on the channel now. She dovetails in when she wants to and does the things that she wants to. She doesn't get involved in all the beer anymore. She'll get involved in the stuff that she wants to get involved in. She likes to do the cooking. She's finding these apps and these places that are doing like cheap food and sort of trying to help people out. And it's actually nice. Almost 3 years in, to have found a place where we're both comfortable. You know this. I always thought it is our channel, but I always thought I was forcing Wanda to do something. So I want to do a beer review. I'd want to do a beer review. This. Whereas now, I pick a beer up and she'll say to me, "Well, off you go then."
Yeah, you've got that lovely flexibility now on your channel, because you've opened new doors to do things and make creative content regarding the things you've just said. And you can go back to the beer. You know you haven't shut the door on that, but you've opened other doors at the same time, and that's great.
See, I still like it. Yeah, Bassage. It's absolutely fine.
You always froze. That's not good. Oh dear. I'm in no man's land now. Bloody internet. I can't even see the comments, so I can't even. Shit.
That what's happened there.
Craig, you had me panicking there, mate.
Gremlins in the thingy. I can't remember what we were saying.
Yeah, I can't either.
Oh, about Barry.
YouTube, and moving forward, and yeah.
Sid said about Oak Bass is okay. I said he's just been an arsehole and didn't want to come on.
Yeah, he's above us now.
We're minions to Barry. We're
Captain Keggy.
He'll be bigger than all of us, so we're just peons to him.
Yeah, Lord Keggy.
Lord Keggy of Kegston. So I like that. That's really nice. I do like that. That's not bad at all. The Wanderer probably put some lemonade in it and fucking ruin it.
For me, a lager or any sort of beer that's in this caliber of like mass produced is the question. The question you always ask yourself is, would you buy it again? And I would buy that again. I would go back to it. So it's got my vote.
Yeah, so I've seen it in there since. And when you said about it, I remember that I'd had it. But I can't even remember at what point in the day of the live that we done with Chris and Dave that we opened it up, and so I thought it'd be nice to go back to it because it's a beer that I had no memory of at all.
Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily. I'd call it a well-made lager. I wouldn't necessarily call it a pilsner. I'm not getting that pilsner vibe from it. It's just more of a decent lager.
Yeah, because they're calling it like a Belgian style pilsner.
Yeah.
Not being funny. Stella's a Belgian style pilsner, and it hasn't got any qualities of a fucking pilsner anyway. So don't tell Chris that though. I haven't seen his video. I know Chris has got he's done Stella on the perfect draft today. I think he got himself a perfect draft keg. So it'd be interesting to see what he makes of that at some point when I get ready.
He'll make light work of that if the weather's nice in Oldham.
Oh, that'll be gone today, mate. I would have thought there ain't no way that keg is.
He'll just sit under the tap, wouldn't he?
Yeah, he'll be sat. He'll have it on the table in the garden, just fucking with the tap open.
Yeah, burn the motor out on it.
Mm. Oh yeah, that perfect draft ain't going to last fucking 10 minutes with him. I was watching your
another keg on my PD as well. It's been a while.
I haven't had one. I think the last one I had was the unfiltered Stella, and I almost pulled the trigger. I had it in my basket. I was going to get the Bud Light. I was, and then just something was like, I'm not going to waste my money. I'm not going to waste my money, even for picking it up for the channel. I'm not wasting the money on it. And then I sat and watched Dave's review of it, and the silence was golden. He just kept frowning at the fucking screen.
Yeah, I've had it a few times in cans, and again, you just drink it and switch off. I've got no sort of memories of it or anything like that. But how much is it on the PD?
I think it's 28. 28.
Yeah, still to have that amount of that beer. No, I'm not going to bother.
I was it's not. I know they're releasing a cider this week, aren't they?
Are they a cider?
Yeah, there's a cider coming on. They haven't said which one it's going to be.
Okay.
I think looking at the comments in some of the groups, it's either going to be Magners or I would think probably Sidra from Stella.
Oh yeah, that's okay though. That's not bad.
I haven't had that for a while. I have had Sidra. I can't remember a great deal about it, but I don't know if I'd want a whole keg of the stuff.
Yeah, I suppose it's going to appeal. It's going to appeal to people. Like Bud Light is, it is going to appeal to people, and it will fly off the shelves.
Well, there's a market for everything, isn't it? Then otherwise they wouldn't put it out.
Well, look at Carlin in supermarkets. I mean, it's still. I don't know if it's still the UK's #1 highest selling lager. It's got to be, or Carlsberg, one of the two.
I was watching. It's a really interesting video actually. I was watching the Crummy Beards video on the UK's most popular beer, and he delves into Google Trends and all that sort of stuff, and it's actually really interesting. And I think it was ultimately a fight between Heineken, Punk IPA,
obviously,
and the one that I've just got a Jarvis on now. Bless her.
It's cold.
Web browser's blocked. What the fuck?
Let's have a look at your Boba Fett t-shirt, mate.
I think I picked this up in London the other day, actually. The book of Boba Fett.
Where did you
Lovely.
£7.
Bargain.
Reduced from £18. So yeah, I don't think you can go
take
wrong with
all
it.
day long with £7 for a t-shirt.
I can believe it. There's a video coming out on the Disney store. I can't remember when it's coming out. I think it's tomorrow. But the upstairs part, where it's all Marvel, Star Wars, and all that, it's fucking brilliant. I could have stayed up there all day because they've got Vader's helmet from the what's the shit, the Star Wars film, the Force Awakens, where the crushed helmet. They've got that prop in there. There's a Boba Fett's helmet prop. There's all sorts of props in there. They're fucking brilliant.
I like seeing all these. I mean, when I took my kids, we went to Westfield in Shepherd's Bush about a month ago now, and there was I think it was a Lego shop in there, and he had a tat in the window, and it was fucking massive.
Yeah, every time I walk past that £700 bloody Millennium Falcon, I do think, oh, it's just I ain't got £700, so
I ain't got space to keep it,
and I ain't got anywhere to put it because it's about so my fucking dinner table.
Yes, a big old bit of kit.
Huge.
I think if you didn't have, if you were like, if you'd won the lottery or something, then you'd buy one all the time, wouldn't you? And get somebody to make it for you, and then just have a room full of Lego Star Wars stuff.
I've never got around to putting Slave 1 back together after Wanda broke it.
Oh, you'd left it as it is.
She's not biting. She's not biting. Huh? I've just said I'll put the thumbs up. Yeah. Hello, Matt. Hope you're keeping well. Bex was spot on in the 90s. It's what I drank. I think most people drank Bex. I drank a load of Bex.
Bex is good too.
Yeah, but again, I don't. Have you had that on the PD, Bex?
No. I think my next one. I keep looking at that Dark Arts Magic Rock. I keep looking at that, thinking I want to give it a go.
About 10. I don't know if I'd want to pull the trigger on it. I don't know if I'd want 10 points of it. I think that's a problem for me.
I found that with that. I think the last keg that I bought was when I did a live with Barry, and it was the Triple Carmelet. As much as that's a great beer, it was a task to actually get the keg down.
Yeah.
8.5% Belgian beer. You've got, I don't know, you just got to be in the mood, haven't you, sometimes for them sort of beers. But like with these beers, it's every sort of day beers, aren't they? Really?
Well, they're just knockback stuff, aren't they? And as is most of the stuff on the P. I know it's all fucking A, B, and Bev, or the vast majority of it, but it's all right. You're right.
Yeah, I was reading that bottle. It's cool.
Should I try it?
No, I was reading the bottle about the artwork on it.
Oh, I wanted to read about the artwork.
Edition.
It's a limited edition, featuring artwork by somebody or other. Because the other ones, they've got different ones. I think there's different ones.
Oh, you've got a hare. I've got a fox.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was the same as well when I did it with the other guys. That they had different bottles as well, so it must just be their thing. I think.
Yeah, it's nice. Yeah, thumbs up for that lager. That's
yeah. I'd have that again. Also, Rob said I brewed a proper craft beer, and it won my local homebrew competition this week.
Well, fair play, mate. Well done.
I need to have a look at another homebrew. I did enjoy it, although it went slightly wrong. I did enjoy brewing it, so I just need to not carbonate it so it land on fucking Mars this time.
Yeah, trial and error though, isn't it? Trial and error with these sort of things.
I really enjoyed it. To be fair, it was an interesting process and into how beer's made and works and the pitfalls and the stuff that other breweries go through.
I mean, I salute every small microbrewery that has a stab at doing a lager, because I know how time consuming it is, cellaring it, brewing it, and all that, and the space that it takes up, where they can be knocking out IPAs left, right, and centre. And like you said earlier on, if the ball's up, there's nowhere to hide with it.
No.
If there's an off flavour in it, you get it straight away, more or less, because that's it. It's just bare bones sort of drinking, isn't it?
Yeah. It's very simple, isn't it? But extremely difficult to pull off properly.
Yeah.
Bramwell Blackburn, congrats. Was that a grit? I don't know what that is either. Do you? Gruit style? It's not a style I've ever come across. I'm sure Rob will enlighten us.
Maybe it's the name that he's named it.
Or maybe that's the name of the
What
beer.
we got? Yeah.
Hope there's no fly in that car when the driver playing driving style. Yeah, I'm going to take her out tomorrow. I just need to find somewhere where I can take her, because obviously private land, I'm going to get thrown off very quickly. A grit is a very traditional ale, no hops, so it's herbs and botanical to give bitterness, aroma, and flavour.
Okay.
That's interesting. I've never heard of that. Never heard of that at all. Rich is going to read up on it.
I see. You keep learning and learning with this game, don't you? You know, there's always something that you haven't heard before, and you're okay. Fair enough.
I've never heard of a beer that's made with herbs and no hops. That's incredible. I always thought hops were an integral part of a beer. Rasco and Disco, evening gents, evening all, happy damn Saturday on whatever day it is now. Cheers. Hello, Disco. How are you doing, mate? Glad you got over your 100 subscribers the other day.
Yeah, well done.
Always happy to help. Do you two actually like Stella? I never have. Acquired taste for me. I can't say I ever have. I've never liked Stella. It's never been a beer that's ever appealed to me.
I wouldn't say I dislike it, but
Perfect.
I would opt for something over that.
Yeah.
But if it was a case of, I don't know, you get invited to a do and there's Guinness, Carling, and Stella on, then I'd probably go for the Stella out of the lagers.
Guinness, Carling. Yeah, I think that's probably true. I wouldn't drink Carling if you paid me. So yeah, but Wanda's made a very good point. I did like the Stella Unfiltered on the PD. I didn't like it in the bottle, but on the PD it was a nice beer.
I don't think it was much different.
Wanda didn't. It was a bit smoother. It's not
a bit colder, and that's about it. Really.
It's not a huge difference, but it's a noticeable difference.
You've got more of a body as well, haven't you, with the PD as well? With all their lagers, you get that nice, lovely, bready, weighty body to it, opposed to having a can or a bottle.
Yeah, I mean, I had a bottle. I did the side by side comparison in the bottles, and the carbonation was so bloody fierce in the bottle. It was hard work. BVM took one for the team with that Bud Light. If you haven't seen his review, go and watch it. It's hilarious. He just keeps frowning at the fucking telly.
Has he got his thumb there where he's like that?
Yeah.
I need to watch it. I'll get around to watching that.
Bloody hell, the 700-pound Millennium Falcon, mate, it's fucking probably as big as this shed. It's huge. But
long days and days.
I mean, it's massive, absolutely massive. But
is there a Death Star that you can get as well?
Yes,
I bet that's pricey as well. It's got to be, hasn't it?
Yeah, I think those they're all in the £600-700 range, and just for Lego, it's just crazy. It's bits of fucking plastic, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, scary though, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Hello, David. How you doing, mate? Looking forward to having a beer with you, Brew London. That'd be good. Really looking forward to that.
Yeah, that'll be coming around soon, won't it?
Yeah, I'm not saying what day I'm going because I won't be stabbed. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. I know Wanda's looking forward to it as well. So yeah, and booked my tickets to go see Doctor Strange yesterday.
When's that out?
I think it's out on the 5th. So I'm very excited. I've been watching. Have you watched Moon Knight?
Nope.
Moon Knight's been fucking brilliant on Disney Plus. Absolutely brilliant.
I think the last thing I watched on Disney Plus was Book of Boba Fett.
I didn't like. I wasn't a fan. I know we spoke about this
Yeah.
off screen, and it was a story that I just didn't think needed telling.
Yeah, they just padded it out, didn't they? A few of the episodes, they just padded it all out.
It's only Stanley we can reach you, don't you? I'm not worried about him. Oh, the old names are kicking off. What's happening? So, I was watching your best bitter review earlier. The one from Arbor.
Okay. Yeah.
That looked like a nice beer.
Very nice, mate. Good old Arbor. Fucking pint cans. I mean, you know, I can't think. I think there's a few other breweries that knock out that sort of format, but Arbor are just. I mean, they're quality. Love Arbor.
Yeah,
Bristol's a proper hotbed for beer, though, isn't it? Really.
New Bristol Brewery, Arbor. I like wild beer. I like wild.
Yeah,
I like
wild beer. Well, you went to the tap room, didn't you? Wild beer when you were.
Yeah, did that. We went to Left Handed Giant. That was lovely in there. Their tap room is stunning. Absolutely stunning.
It's along the canal, isn't it, or something?
Yeah, and it's got this big square. I mean, huge square window into it. It's enormous and it's fucking lovely. And some of their beers are fantastic. Absolutely fantastic.
Giant. I haven't had a beer from them for a very long time as well. That's the trouble. There's just so many there's so many doing it, and you just can't. You never keep up with it all.
It's just and it comes down to money as well, doesn't it? At the end of the day,
it's not cheap.
So much pennies in your pocket, and it's we picked up. I know you know this. We picked up Bud's Imperial Bueno Shake yesterday. That I think we're probably going to do tomorrow, and that was that's 11. So that's 11%. Bueno Shake's one of Wanda's favourite stouts. So an
good stout.
She ain't gonna like that. But she might like it, but I don't think she'll drink a lot of it. But that was I think it's probably the most I've ever paid for a beer, and that was £16 for a 750ml bottle.
It's a treat beer, though, isn't it? That's how you've got to see it. It's special occasion sort of beer, that is.
Yeah, I was going to save it because obviously I think it's the channel's birthday sometime in May. If Thomas was on, he'd tell me when it was, to be fair. But and how many views I've had and everything else because he's a bastard. But yeah, I was going to save it for a birthday beer review, but I think we're just going to do it tomorrow.
Yeah, there's always another beer for that.
Yeah, oh yeah, I'm sure there will be. Love Arbor beers. Get a couple every now and again from a bottle shop. Yeah, Chris isn't anywhere near us, so don't say bottle shop in his fucking.
Fucking hell, you get don't.
He tends to get a bit uppity.
Yeah. He'll call you a tosser now.
amongst other things.
Right, I'm done with that. Yeah, well, go on then. You go next.
I'm going to go Camden, actually, I think.
Yeah, we can pick your brains about. Cause obviously, you did your you did your little vlog of
their beer hall.
Yeah, the beer hall.
Yeah, we went off to London primarily to have a look at this bloody Disney doors because Wanda was trying to win holiday. Then we went off to the Disney store, and then because we were in London, she said, "Well, you've done some things for me. We'll do something for you." So we went off to Camden Town and had a little mooch around there. Had a couple of beers as well. Their tap room, I know it's and I made mention of it in the video. I know they're AB and Bev. I get all that, so they're not craft beer anymore and all that bollocks. But as long as you're still making decent beer, I don't give a shit. I'm not interested.
Yeah. I mean, out of the 3 beers that we've got tonight, obviously, I've never had that one before. It gets over the line. It's decent. Hellers, the Camden Hellers, I've had that time and time again. That's like a summer go-to beer for me as well. I think it's really good. It's a well-made beer. I think InBev have just let them get on with it.
Yep.
I've got no issues with all that buyout malarkey. As long as they don't fuck about with the beer, I'm not bothered.
I had the unfiltered Hell's Lager, and it was lovely. Really, really nice.
They make some good beers. They really do make some good beers.
Even that mint thing was a bit, which I obviously I bought it because it was what's it called, Zappa Pale Ale. So it was a mint pale ale, and I had it because it just it intrigued me, and it was all right. There's nothing wrong with it at all.
I've got Mark into Bueno.
Mark says, "Wow, Bueno shake. What ABV?" Let Wanda review it. Thanks, Wanda. Love the Bueno. Bueno is a lovely beer. So there's 3 iterations now of Bueno. You've got Little Bueno, which I think is about 4%. We have had that, but we didn't review it. It's like Wanda calls it like a diet version of Bueno, and I completely agree. It's thinner in body. I just prefer the Bueno actually.
Yeah.
So which is, I think Bueno 6.8%, something like that. I think I had a counter, but I think I do. And then the Imperial's 11. So that could, and I know my good friend Barry Hodges, he was down in the Brewers Tap today. He sent us saying that he'd had it today in the tap and said it was fantastic. So I might knock that one out tomorrow.
I can remember trying a can of that when it first come out, and it was fantastic.
Yep.
Absolutely fantastic. Good brewery.
Oh yeah, I mean, very rarely do they do anything bad. They when we went to the Awakening Festival, Wanda was a bit miffed that they didn't have Sif faced on for Fallen Acorn. So she said, "What else am I going to drink?" So I got her into Unbarred to a juicy pale ale called Juicy, funnily enough, and it's lovely.
2 ticks, mate. Just got to do something.
That's right, buddy. In Camden Tap, the Camden Tap Room looked really nice. It was really, really nice. Very modern, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Very modern, but also it had that sort of quite old style with the lighting. It was a very cozy lighting in there.
Yeah, it was nice. So I was looking at that.
That's pretty cool to be fair.
I like that.
Or just looking at t-shirts. Yeah, Camden. We were up in and ahhing where to go, and Hamilton wasn't open because Hamilton would always be my first pick to go in London.
You've met Lee before, haven't you?
Yeah. Lee's a good friend. A lovely guy. And if Wanda's in sort of Great Ormond Street, I'll have a wander around to Hamilton. Because it's on a Friday, generally he's there. And another brewery that brew really, really good beer, Crunch. They've got a brand new West Coast IPA out that I had the other day, really, really nice. I was sat in the Beer Musketeer, I had that. City of Cake, all really, really good stuff. Have you got a go-to brewery for craft, Dean? If you had to choose somebody, if you were going to put an order in now, who would you look at?
Oh, bloody hell. New Bristol.
Yep.
Arbor. Northern Monk. North Brewing. There's a few.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Yeah. Oh, fucking hell. I mean, I really need to get back on the pulse with Left-Handed Giant now you've mentioned it as well, because I went through a spell of buying a lot of beers from them directly. Daya, of course. I like mixing and matching now. That's why I like Trembling Madness so much, because they've just got a choice. They've got old school, foreign, new craft stuff.
Yeah.
They've got pretty much everything that any sort of beer lover wants really on their website, and you can just sort of pick and mix. And
I've not bought.
Get it the next day.
I've not bought anything. Where we've backed off beer review, I say it back. I've become sort of, obviously money's tight. I'm not going to pull the punches on that. So I will generally probably just at the moment it's going to be supermarket stuff because it's stuff that I can get hold of. I haven't got to pay over the odds for it. I can't remember the last order I actually put in to get stuff online. I think what you.
Can you put my lights on, please?
Can I put your lights on, please?
Yeah.
Well, if you get the pluggy, Lowie, then yes.
What do you say hello to?
Geordie, how you doing, my friend? Yeah, if you get Wanda wants her lights on. They're brand new lights that are an absolute thing of beauty. I'm not going to show you them because it's an absolute shit show.
Festival lights.
Festival lights.
Like in a brewery lights. Aren't they?
Yeah, there you go.
She's happy. She's happy.
There you go.
I love it.
I've learned this in 4 weeks that we've been married today. I've learned a very easy thing.
Buy a light.
Happy wife, happy wife, happy life.
Definitely. Yeah,
Disney
stand by that.
life. No, Disney life, happy wife.
No, or hubby has beer. Cheers. Georgie's drinking Red Stripe. Was there something wrong with you?
Yeah, pretty good, that is.
Hello, Moose Girl. Obviously, Moose Girl's over from Steve's channel. I'm surprised Steve isn't live. He's usually live. Oh, not morning, noon, and night. Lovely man. Good friend of mine. Love Steve to bits. Hamilton have a bar not far from the garage venue called the House of Hamilton. Was very nice. Correct.
Oh.
Yeah, so Hamilton Brewery is not far from the. Obviously, we got engaged at the garage. That's where we got engaged. And yeah, that's where
David Wilson lives in London.
I think David's in Guildford Way. I'm pretty sure that's right. On the old speckled hen tonight, a decent ale.
I've not that for a very long time. Old speckled hen. They do a few variations of that, though, don't they? Old crafty hen, I think they do as well.
Yeah, old crafty hen. I can't remember the last time I had old speckled hen. It was probably in the Wetherspoons 10 years ago.
You're not really ale focused, though, are you?
When I came away from lager, I stopped drinking lager because it used to it was too gassy for me.
Yeah.
So I started drinking sort of directors and old speckled hen and stuff like that. So just something that wasn't quite so gassy. And I went for a whole period of trying Ruddles and stuff like that, and just to get away from it. And then obviously started down the IPA route, and sort of the traditional stuff, my end, just got lost in the mix.
I love my life.
But you've always been a massive fan of the traditional style, haven't you? And sort of go back to it and
yeah, dabble about with all sorts really. I wouldn't say full on craft beer only sort of thing. I appreciate it, don't get me wrong, but I like to step back and have the traditional stuff now and again as well.
Yeah, see, I sort of pigeonholed myself as a craft beer drinker, and maybe I shouldn't. And I do obviously with the Perfect Draft, and the other thing, the paperweight. The sub. I need to get back to the sub. I do like the sub. I can't say I don't. It's that fucking P&P that does my head in.
Yeah, shit in it. Absolutely shit. Why they can't offer like a package where you can just buy 1 or 2 torps and have a reduced P&P? Because no way does that cost fucking £8.50 to dispatch. No way.
Well, they're just milking the shit out of it, aren't they?
Yeah. You're committed, aren't you? You've got to buy them. Was it 8 torps? Is it?
Yeah.
You know, I ain't got the space anyway for it in my fridge. To be fair, so I can never do that.
No, someone said to me, "Oh, you can buy loads of them," and I'm like, I haven't got the money. I haven't got the money to shell out on fucking a load of torps just to save myself the postage and packaging.
And you know, sod's law. You'll put an order in for the full 8 torps and get stitched up on the dates. And then you get 2 days later, and it's 8 quid. You know, it's just, it's where because some of these talks have short dates on. You're like, fucking hell, I've got to whiz through that one. I've got to whiz through that one. That one's only got a month left. You know what I mean? And you end up over drinking for the sake of it because of the, you don't want them to really taste shit.
No. Our good friend Chris is in. I know I think he was Harry Scheiter from earlier, wasn't he? Because he'd had a load of beer and hadn't had anything to eat. So, has he been to the bottle shop?
Knocking out the beer reviews.
Yeah, has he been to the bottle shop? Do you think? Has he popped up? Don't know. Alameda, how you doing, buddy? Camden Hills. For me,
steady on.
Really like Camden Hills. Very simple, well made, and it never for a mass produced beer. It nowadays, let's face it, it is. It's still well made beer.
It is. It's lovely.
Actually remind me of a brewery.
So Wanda's Lights now a reminder of a brewery.
I've always liked the lights of breweries.
I'll have to send you.
The old ones.
Send us a picture later.
Well, I would show you, but the way that we've hung them around the garden it looks like fucking Stevie Wonder's done it, if I'm honest. And
we've got nowhere to put them, so we just thought we'd do it like that without walking into them. Good set, 30 quid.
They were 30 quid from Home Bargains, and they're the proper electric ones, but they're like the I don't know how you describe them. How would you describe them?
Well, on each one they hang down, like in a brewery where they hang down the light bulb one.
Like the dangly. Yeah. Oh, fucking, you don't give a fuck. No one cares. No one cares.
I love them.
Wanda's happy. That's all that matters.
I've got a row outside my man cave, but they're battery ones, and I'm forever changing the batteries on them. They're crap. I think they take like three double A's, but I'm forever changing them. They don't last long.
What I like about these ones is, yes, they were expensive, but I bought them for Wanda's birthday. But they're ones where you can add more onto them. So because they're screw terminal like plugged in, you can add more onto them. So
and the bulbs are easy to change.
Well, good job.
Solar ones you can't.
A good job because I smashed one last night, so that went well. Is Red Stripe an African beer? Love that in the 90s as well. I haven't had beer. I had a really bad. I bought a load of out of date Red Stripe when I used to work at Booker's Cash and Carry many years ago. And my mate Lee was the buyer for the wines, beers, and spirits. He sold me all of this out of date Red Stripe, and I had about 4 cans. It was shit in a fucking bucket. It was horrendous. Went straight through me. So I don't think I've ever touched it.
Jamaican, isn't it? Jamaican. Red Stripe. Yeah.
Not had it since. It's better than Foster's. No, I'm not being funny. Your own piss is better than Foster's. Near to Guildford in Aldershot. Currently in London, walking back from Brewdog Outpost at Tower Hill to Waterloo.
That's where we were.
I'm assuming you haven't had any Brewdog beers, David, and you've just had the guest stuff. Because that's where they excel, is Brewdog.
They do have some pretty good guest beers on though.
Yeah,
I like the marshmallow
one. Wanda does like, but she
cake.
She likes layer cake, and she likes that Mallow Laser Quest as well. To be fair.
Yeah, what's the Vietnamese coffee one again?
Oh, that's Roaster Coaster, isn't it?
Yeah, that's decent.
I think that's probably their best beer in the supermarket still.
Yeah, I wouldn't disagree with that.
I can't honestly remember the last decent Brewdog beer I bought.
I know we did that live. We did a video, didn't we? The Planet Pale. So that was we enjoyed the off that we had in Portsmouth. That was like kind of put you on the back foot a little bit because you're thinking, fucking hell, it's a pale ale and it's from Brewdog and it was pretty decent. And then when we had the can, it was a bit like, oh, here we go.
Out of the tap, that half we had the day after the wedding down in Gunwharf, it was really nice. It was very pleasant. It was very drinkable. It was very refreshing in the sunshine. When you open that can up, it's absolutely fucking dreadful. Dreadful. Yeah. And it was so disappointing because maybe, I don't know, maybe it was, I don't think so. Maybe it was a caught up in the moment. Obviously, nice having a drink with you in the sunshine, day after the wedding, sitting cloud nine. All those things add up to a nice beer. I just thought it was a nice beer. And then you open that can and it was fucking rubbish.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a bit of a letdown, wasn't it?
It was a bit. Fucking right. Sort of. It was, yeah. And I was gutted actually because I thought, you know what? That original pale ale, that thing I launched out the shed, it was nothing like that. It was a lovely beer. It was quite a nice, refreshing beer. And then that fucking thing in the can was crap. Absolute crap.
Yeah, definitely fucking under the Trades Description Act, isn't it?
I just don't. I don't get it. I don't get how they can get away with it, if I'm honest. It's fucking baffling to me.
But it's just churning out fucking mediocre stuff now, isn't it? That's where they're at.
Yeah. Evening. So Mark Jones says, "Evening, Chris. We've been on about local bottle shops, bud, and how good they are."
He'll never live that down, will he? Never live that down.
I think you mean off licenses he's put. Well, he just goes mental, doesn't he? And it's if ever you want to trigger someone, you just mention bottle shop to Chris, and he's off like a fucking rocket. It's hilarious.
No, he's a good lad, though, isn't he, Chris? He's a nice
bloke. Really
lovely bloke.
Even if he wants to come on, I'll send him a link. It's not a problem.
Get him on if he's still watching. He's always good fun. He is when he comes on.
He's a nice bloke. I like it when his kids come in and fucking and sort of interrupt him, and the look at the disdain on his face is fucking epic.
He wants a man cave, doesn't he? That's what he wants.
He's moving, isn't he? I think.
Yeah, I think he is. Yeah.
I vaguely remember him saying something, but I don't know. But I don't know if he's moving anywhere sort of close to him or anything. I've put them up, so might as well be Stevie. If you've put them up, Scott, might as well be Stevie Wonder, mate. If you saw the fucking mess that me and Wonder have made of these lights today, it's epic. It really is. They're basically a health hazard.
I bought like 6 meters of. They were cheap and cheerful. Solar light bulbs, multicoloured ones.
Yeah.
And it weren't long enough to go anywhere on like a fence or anything. And we've got like a rose bush tree. So basically, I took them out of the box and I just fucking went like that. And that's how they stayed.
Well, these they're on a 16-meter. It's not doing anything.
I'm just taking a picture.
Oh, I thought you were filming.
No.
Right. Can you show me the picture? I'll show these people the complete catastrophe that I can see outside my shed. It's because it defies belief.
Get a better picture.
Get a better picture one though. You want to clean your camera. Don't go too mad though, because people they'll be very jealous.
Love them.
I don't know what she's doing now.
Well, because they're quite far apart, so I'm only getting 1 or 2 in the picture.
Well, come here, give it here, and I'll take it from here, and I'll get as many. Because all you need is basically this viewpoint. Is all you're going to need. I don't know if I can turn the camera around. Hang on, I'll turn the camera around. I'll be able to show you. Right, that's probably me ruined. Hang on, bear with. Okay, I'll do it. Hang on. Settings, camera. Can you see that?
Yeah.
That's how I've hung them.
Yeah. I've seen worse, mate. Yeah, they're nice though.
Hang on, what have I done here? Yeah, they are. They are. I mean, they say
It's nice when it's a bit darker.
Yeah. I mean, Wanda's a massive. Wherever we go, it's like she loves lights. The light just drawn to lights like a moth. And it's but they are really nice. And when she saw them, it's like
they'd be perfect on a warm evening sitting out here.
So what I'm going to try to do, I'm going to try and put 4 posts in the corner and dangle them from that. And then she wants to do Wonderfest. It's like a festival.
Quality.
Have you tried that, the Lost Lager fruit one?
Lost Lagers. Rubbish.
Infused.
No, I haven't.
They can't do a lot of it, can they?
I do. Lost Lager should just stay fucking lost. Whoever found it should fucking be beaten up because it was just rubbish. I just remember it being rubbish. I know they did these lost in guava and all this other rubbish, and I just can't be bothered.
They've done that. They've done that with Hazy Jane as well, haven't they? Done variations of that.
I didn't mind the Hazy Jane guava. In all honesty, I thought it was a very nice beer. Actually, it's actually better than Hazy Jane currently is.
Okay. Well, they doctored the ABV on that, haven't they? The original. That was a decent beer though. The original Hazy Jane, 7.2? 7.2. Yeah, that was decent, but again, they doctored it. It's like they did with Elvis Juice, and then they backpedaled now, and that's. I haven't seen the new, well, not new version, is it? But the original version, I haven't seen that. They've still got the old lower ABV version knocking around.
I can't be bothered. I used to love Elvis Juice, and they ruined it, and I can't be bothered. I can't be bothered to go back to it. I'm not even. I know they've gone back to what I'm not paying for it.
No. Yeah, they've lost a lot of followers really with all that shenanigans with pissing about with the beers. You still got the hardcore followers, of course, but I think they've lost a hell of a lot of people due to all that messing around.
Well, I
don't understand why.
Yeah, I make no bones about the fact now that I probably buy Brewdog beers solely for the channel. That's I don't buy them for any other reason than to put them on the channel, and because otherwise I probably wouldn't buy them anymore.
Chris is getting them.
Chris is getting a man cave.
Certain ones, but I wouldn't. I mean, I've never bothered with the Palmer Violets. I just thought, fucking no chance. I'm not even going to entertain that. That
was Wanda quite liked it. I thought it was fucking horrendous. Absolutely horrendous. It just felt like perfume. Point of perfume.
No, thank you.
Thank you. Fucking hell, just opened a can from Beer 52, exploded. What was it? I gave up on Beer 52. It just wasn't.
Funny you should mention Beer 52. I had an email from them saying I've got points in the bank on their shop, so I put a little order in just to use the points up, get off-price beers basically. So I bought. Majority of the beers that I bought were Irish ones, so I'm guessing that was the latest release Irish craft beer box that they've released this month or last month or whenever. Right. And I bought a few, and I had a stout today. It'll be up tomorrow, and I thought that was pretty decent. It was a Nitro Brewmaster Nitro stout from Dundalk Bay Brewery.
Okay,
it was good. Yeah, it was good.
Oh, okay. David Wilson stopped in the hydrant near the monument. Hall of Arbor Rocket Man and Left-Handed Giant collab. Smoked pineapple goes. That sounds different.
Yeah, that's proper pushing the boundaries, that, isn't it?
I'll try any non-lager Brewdog and enjoy the guests. Guest beers are where they're at, aren't they? They're guest beers.
Straight away. Yeah, straight away. That's the first thing. When me and the missus went to Brewdog in Milton Keynes, first thing, guest beers. Straight on it.
Yep. Yeah. We haven't been over to Southampton because the nearest Brewdog to us is Southampton. We haven't been over there.
It's quite nice in there, though. I do like Brewdog places, to be honest.
I don't disagree with the Brewdog places.
They've got a great decor and everything. I love all that.
Yep, I don't disagree with that. To be fair,
the location's fucking awful, though, isn't it? In the Southampton one,
In a fucking car park.
Random.
It's in a car park in the middle of
It's
fucking
just
nowhere.
fucking houses all around it.
Yeah. I mean, I remember when we first went looking for it, and I'm like, it cannot be here. There's no way. And then, I know there it is. There it is. It's like, wow. But Wanda's absolutely right. The decor of them and
We loved it.
it's lovely. It is really. They are really.
Yeah.
It's just. I just wish they brew a decent fucking beer.
I think them days are gone, mate.
Yeah, they're still capable. I just don't think they want to. They're more interested in the pennies.
Yeah.
Pennies now.
It's volume now, mate.
Yeah, absolutely. Brewdog Hazy Jane Guava. I like that. I don't know. I've got the can. I think I'm sure I reviewed that. I said it was all right. It was a very pleasant beer, and that's probably the last Brewdog I reviewed that I actually liked. Actually, now you say that. Because everything they put in the supermarket now is utter rubbish.
Like 3 or 4 years ago, when they used to do these like one-off releases, that you could get. This was when bottle shops stocked their beers, so it's going back quite a while now. And you had these like mad beers that they used to knock out. I mean, one springs to mind, the Kamikaze Knitting Club.
Yeah.
And that was, I forget what it was now. I think it was some sort of stout. And that was absolutely cracking. I mean, you've got like 10-ton truck and stuff like that. Coco Psycho is still a decent beer. I haven't had that for a very long while. So it's a case of you know that they've got the minerals to make good beer, but they just can't be bothered with it. It's just like, let's just produce run-of-the-mill stuff, and we're happy with that.
Knock out any old shit, it'll sell.
Yeah, it's fucking annoying.
They are big beer now, aren't they? Whatever way you look at it, and however you try and dress it up and sort of defend it, I don't mind that. I don't mind them being big beer. I have no problem with that. Just make decent beer. If it's going to be big and you're going to make macro beer, just make it fucking good. It's not hard.
It is still doable to be a macro brewery. You can still make good stuff.
Oh, she's off to play Fortnite with Leah.
That's just the fucking annoying thing about it, because you know that they can. They have done in the past. They still can, but choose not to. I mean, I let go of the reins with Beavertown a long while ago because of that reason, really.
Yeah, Beavertown are they're a bit of a shell of the company.
It's just a mockery. It just makes a mockery of it all. I mean, Gamma Ray, when that first came out, that was like, wow, this was like, it was a talking point at the time when Gamma Ray first came out.
Yeah.
And you have it now, and it's like, what the fucking hell's this?
It's fucking rubbish, isn't it?
Crap.
I found a new pub. I mean, the pub's been there for fucking donkey's years. I was saying to you this before we went live. We ended up at so the Beer Musketeer, our local bottle shop, has got some taps in there now. So we're sat having a beer in there. Got talking to a lovely guy called David, and another guy called Mark. He said, "Oh, do you go to the Lawrence?" I'm like, I can't remember. I don't think I've ever been in the Lawrence Arms. He said, "Oh, you should do. They do they do a load of craft beer in there." I'm like, oh, okay. So we went round there on Sunday, and they've obviously what they do is they've got one cask ale, tap, guest, and all that, and then they've obviously got stuff the brewery, and they've got, I think they had neck oil, and it might have been Gamma Ray on tap as well. And he said, "Oh, we've got Beavertown beers." I'm like, "Yeah, I can see that." He said, "Do you want one?" I went, "No."
No. I mean, they basically, I mean, regards to like London craft beer 5 or 6 years ago, they were up there. They were head and shoulders above anybody.
Yep.
Smog Rocket, the smoked porter,
Yeah.
fantastic. Neck Oil, as session beer goes, that was decent as well, and of course Gamma Ray, and they've just bloody deconstructed the beers, and they're fucking rubbish now, absolute rubbish.
When you look at
Bloody hell, yeah, you know about Bloody Hell, mate.
no, that was
Blood Orange IPA, fucking hell. What?
I still remember that when you have that when your dad bought it for you. That was
Yeah.
on the fucking live. That was on that live with Craig, where me and Wanda joined, and we were absolutely hammered before the fucking live, absolutely battered before the live even started. And we joined, and then I said, "What are you drinking, mate?" And you sort of said, "Don't ask," and I was in fucking tears laughing. Probably, even now, probably, although Wanda hates that, absolutely hates that that live with an absolute passion. But still, I still remember eating my dinner. I remember eating my dinner.
You were a complete fucking mess, but it was great. It was absolutely great. You know, you can't go anywhere with it. It's here and now. It is what it is, and it was fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely smashed off my head. And all I could think was eating my dinner, and I'm staring at my dinner, thinking, I can't even see my dinner, let alone eat it. Yeah. And then I'm looking. I think I was on the iPad at the time, and I'm looking at the iPad, and I think there was me, you, Craig, and
was it Rory?
It was. I think it was Jake. It might have been Jake.
Oh, okay.
It was either Rory or Jake, and I was just thinking, I can't actually string a sentence together in my head, let alone with my mouth. I have no idea what you guys are talking about, and I just went like that.
Yeah, I've done that before though. I've done that before on streams. Where I've been absolutely battered. I've just thought I've had enough of this. Fucking off I go.
I think you did that when you popped on with me, Dave, and Chris. And
I was drinking Imperial Stouts. I was battered. I just thought, I can't. It was just a blur. I was looking at the screen. It was just a blur, and I thought, I can't handle this.
But you do though, didn't you? It's a. I haven't been that bad on a live for. Well, I have, but I've not been absolutely smashed on a live for some time. Because it's not a good look. Let's be honest, it's not a great look.
No.
But we all get there. We all do it in private. It's just
sometimes we all do it. Yeah.
But yeah, that was I still remember because I think I'd been working. I was working. It was on a Saturday. I'd been working. Managed to finish early. I said to Wanda, Craig's invited us on this live. Kent Beer Reviews, lovely guy. Invited us on, and I said, all right. She said, I don't want to. I said, all right. Well, we'll nip up. We'll have a quick one, and then we'll come on the live. And I ended up having 4 or 5 before the live, and I hadn't eaten. So I remember just turning up and being absolutely smashed off my head.
Yeah, Craig, he was like, his jaw was just, he was like, what am I seeing here? What am I seeing?
Not so much me, because obviously people have seen me absolutely hammered, but Wanda was off her tits as well. And it was just, incredible. Absolutely incredible.
Them old days, mate. Them old days.
Old days. People like me then. From Banners, Northern Monk, I'm starting the Volo Brewdog. The current Jam Roly Poly release is do you know what? I saw that for $3.90. Did a little short on it actually, for the 4 cans, and even at £3.90, I couldn't pick it up. No, actually, that's not true. I picked it up. I had it in my hand. I thought, do you know what? £3.90 for 4 cans. I'll take a pump of it, and I couldn't. I put it down.
No. I saw. I think Dave. Yeah, Dave the Beard. I think he reviewed it quite recently. I think again, you're going down. You're going backwards and not forwards. You're bringing out a beer from the archives. What was it? It would have been before lockdown, wasn't it, when they brought that out?
It was during lockdown.
During lockdown, okay. Because they bought that together, didn't they? Roast beef, and jam roly poly.
I've got it here.
Yeah.
So the
And-
5.7 one.
Yeah. Why Northern Monk bring out 6% plus beers in the supermarkets like constantly?
Mhm.
So it's not about ABV. So why bring out
Yep.
a beer from the archives and then reduce it down on the ABV? I just don't understand it. Why don't you just run with the original recipe and just be done with it?
It's a brewery I didn't expect it from as well. It's a
I love
brewery
Northern Monk. I think they're cracking, but it that pisses me off.
it's a brewery I've got a lot of respect for, Northern Monk. And when I saw that they were bringing it out, I thought, excuse me, I thought, that's interesting. And then obviously where they've reduced it by, was it 1.5% or something? Yeah, it's like 1.2%. It's like what?
There's a big difference.
I'd expect that from Brewdog and maybe Beavertown and some of these other people, but I would not expect that from a company and a brewery as competent and as well respected as Northern Monk. Now I've seen a couple of the reviews of this, and it looks like it's a completely different colour to that was in that can. So they've not just fucked around with the ABV; they've obviously fucked around the whole recipe for it, and I just find that I find it incredible.
Yeah, I know. Your good friend Mark, the Pondering Man, he commented on my Jam Roly Poly video, and he wasn't happy with obviously the can that he'd bought, the recent version, and he sort of said, it's disgusting. Northern Monk should basically hang their heads in shame. And I was like, well, I haven't had this new version, and he wasn't aware that they doctored the ABV on it because the original was 5.7.
Yeah,
and all that was all sorted out, but he wasn't aware of it, but he wasn't happy with it.
Northern Monk Rivington going down a real tree. Liked that.
That's good.
I watched your video on there, and obviously I'd done my review on it as well. So is it worth £4? And I think I stand by what I said. Actually, I think there are beers that are as equally as good in the £3 range, but it is a lovely beer.
Yeah, really good.
Really good. And I would probably buy it again, but I just if it was £3.50,
that's what I thought. I paid for it £3.50. I'm sure I paid £3.50 for mine.
Mine was £4, which is why I had a bit of a not a moan about it. I just thought that you can get really good beers at £3, £3.50. This one's £4. I'm not saying it's massively overpriced. I'm saying I can get equally as good beer for 50p cheaper. Tram from Salt. I'd buy that over the Rivington one. Tactical Nuclear Penguin.
What was that last message?
I don't think I ever had. I've never had the tactical.
That's a pretty good beer, that is. Sink the Bismarck and that. Fucking fantastic. Always froze again.
Tactical Nuclear Penguin. No.
Yeah, okay. You're still there. You're still there.
It's only because I'm sat in the garden, so it's struggling on its fucking internet connection. Yeah, Tactical Nuclear Penguin.
Yeah, cracking. Again, that's where they're at. That all the abstract stuff, cracking. So you know that they've done it. They've got the pedigree. They've got the previous beers that they've brewed in the past. You know that they've got the form to do it, and that's what's disappointing. Yeah. If they come out of the blocks making the beers that they're making now, then it is what it is. But you know that they've let go of all that good stuff to make what they're making now. That's the annoying thing.
Yeah, it's just about bottom line now, isn't it? It's bottom line, the margins, and can we make a half decent beer with half the ingredients to maximise our profit? That's how I see it now.
Maximum markup, minimum effort.
Yeah, absolutely. Jack Howard, thank you for. Let's put my glasses on. I can't see fuck all. Yeah, Jack, how you doing, buddy? Hope you keep well. We're having a good weekend. Happy Easter to everybody out there. And don't forget
Happy
tomorrow.
Easter.
It's a very important day. It's Happy Little Chocolate Egg Day tomorrow. So very everyone gets loads of chocolate. Don't bother anymore. I think we've given up this year because there's so much goes to waste over Easter. It's incredible.
Yeah, all the bloody. They're still mad on the packaging, aren't they, on these Easter eggs?
Fucking nuts, isn't it? Absolutely nuts. David Wilson, thank you ever so much, mate. You'll get that back at Brew London because I'll be buying you a pint. Have you got any I fucking lost my train of thought. Festivals lined up to go to?
No.
No?
None.
Absolutely. Hang on, I'm gonna get this fucking fly because it's doing my head in.
4/5 of 5 fuck all.
Well, I think we've got London. We've got Warrior Fest on the HMS Warrior. I think that's in August, and I think that's it. Really, I don't foresee us doing a major amount other than that. To be fair, this year.
Yeah, Brew London would be decent though. I think you'd have some good beers there.
Yeah, hopefully. I'm looking forward to that. I don't think Wanda is, but that's a completely different story. Good luck, Jack, in London, enjoying some beer. Hope you and yours are okay. Would you? I think David must must catch the train out to London. I'd love to live near London so you could just pop out and have a few beers because there's so much to do. I was having this conversation at work the other day. If you can't find something to do in London, there's something wrong with you because there's fucking all sorts goes on.
All sorts, yeah. Busy place, isn't it, London?
Well, there's places like Pompey and probably where you live. I might decamp inside, I think, because it's doing weird in a little bit. Right, give me a minute. Right, I'm going to decamp inside, mate.
I'll go for a pee while you're doing that.
All right, pal. Hello, Jodie, you right?
Yeah. Hard for the bullshit.
Huh?
Hard for the bullshit.
Not quite. I think it's coming.
I had a nice time.
Yeah, it was right. It was lovely. Thank you.
Really,
yeah, it was fantastic.
Enjoyed the Star Wars then.
Yeah, absolutely. Right, a bit better in here because I'm losing my internet connection out there. I can't see the screen there, so what it was put up, I ain't got a clue now. Wanda, can you do me a favour? Can you bring that little tripod down for me? Please. No. It's a lager. Is it? But you can't have I reckon you're on the Stone Cold beer. Is that what you're on? Because you're on the Stone Cold lager.
That's coming to our shores, isn't it? Or is it already available?
What, the lager?
Yeah.
I don't know. I've not seen anything about that. I would snap hands off to get that, but it's not. Yeah, to be fair, I've not paid any attention to it.
I can't remember who said it, but there was somebody that said it on a video that it's dropping in the UK. Can't remember who it was.
Is it the contract brewed one, or is it the one that's actually brewed by El Segundo, though? That's
Don't know,
the thing.
mate. Don't know. I know the Broken Skull's coming, and the and the lager. They're both coming at the same time. I can't remember who bloody said it now. No, I don't know.
I'm just getting myself sorted out, mate, because I couldn't. It's very nice out there, but I can't rely on Tinternet. Oh, that's all right. That's better. That'll do. I'm a bit close, but I don't give a shit. You have to put it on my big fat head. Sierra Nevada have a peanut butter cup version. Oh, I have to put my glasses on. I do apologise. Sierra Nevada have a peanut butter cup version of Narwhal. Hope still have stock when the new Optimum is released. That sounds quite nice. I do like peanut butter in a beer.
Yeah,
I do.
Narwhal's a decent stout anyway. So to have peanut butter on top of it, that's like wow, yeah.
I know David's part of the Cascade Club, which is their UK sort of club thing, isn't it? Sierra Nevada. So I've got to be honest. Apart from the Pale Ale and Torpedo, I don't think I've ever had anything else from them.
They've got a pretty decent lineup of beers. I mean,
yeah.
The Americans are spoilt, really, aren't they, with what they get on their bloody doorstep? I suppose they don't realise it's just taken for granted what sort of beers. I suppose it's the other way around as well, because they probably look at our craft beer scene as well.
Just take it for granted at the end of the day. It's fucking.
You know, Virgin.
Yeah, when you talk about a West Coast IPA, and like you've got someone like Kev that's fucking set out there. It's incredible. He loves to smash beer, so he's got the fucking lager, and he bastard. Hope you enjoy it, mate. If you enjoy it, I said last year, like people asked me what was my favourite beer of the year, and it wasn't the best beer I had last year. It was last year, wasn't it? Last year, but it was the beer that meant more to me was the Broken Skull IPA because of the stuff that it meant to me. It wasn't the best beer I drank last year, but for personal reasons, it was my favourite beer of the year.
It was a must-have box ticker, wasn't it? I mean, I know you kindly sent me one, courtesy of Kevin.
This lovely guy.
Yeah. It was just nice to say that I've firmly ticked that one off. Not the best IPA in the world, but solid all the same.
And as you say, it's a bucket list beer, isn't it?
Definitely.
For those very reasons. And I thoroughly enjoyed it. I think did Kevin send 6 or 8? I can't remember. Obviously, I farmed a few out, which I hadn't bothered some. But there you go. It was good. Watching, I know Dave is a massive wrestling fan as well, so he loved it. Chris, I think he was lost on Chris slightly, but I think he enjoyed it in the end as well. So bless him. Fucking idiot. Wouldn't say Northern Monk are going downhill. I haven't suggested they are. They are too good a brewery to do that. Just a one-off shit beer. I don't get why. Don't get why they've done that. It's an oddity to me.
What was that beer that we did for them where it was just a mess when we poured it? Fucking hell, what was it?
That was Guava Have Faith.
Oh, fucking shambles that was, wasn't it?
Well, they turned around. I think they turned around and admitted that the beer was fucking. There was all sorts of problems. There was some sort of infection in it, wasn't there? Because there was fucking great big globules of fucking sediment and all sorts in there. It was fucking weird. But that's certainly the worst beer I've ever had from Northern Monk by a country mile.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Which is unusual because you don't get many really bad. Cheers, Scott. Drink thirds at festivals. I think most festivals only sort of deal in that sort of remit anyway, don't they? We went to the Awakening Festival and everything. I was saying to Wanda actually, It was a conversation I had yesterday. Before I started drinking craft beer and all that, and you'll probably attest to this, I'd never heard of thirds. It was a pint, half a pint and a pint. And then when you start going into these places, like, what would you like, a third? And I'm like, what? You fucking on about? I'll have a pint, you cunt. That'd be about 12 quid. I'll have a third. You're right, thanks. Do, thanks. It came as a complete shock that this was a completely different unit of drinking beer. I had no idea what the fuck they were going on about.
Yeah, no, completely agree with that 100%. You're thinking, yeah, you're automatically thinking, don't you? Oh, yeah, I'll go for the pint or have half. Yeah, third. That doesn't even come into the equation, does it?
Yeah, a third. What the fuck is a third? Well, it's like there's that much in it. What do I want that for? Yeah, tell you what, make it 3/3 and have the fucking lot. Here it comes.
Yeah. No, I don't want to taste it. I want a proper measurement.
Yeah. I don't want a snifter of it. I don't want the whole fucking lot. Thanks. You know, that'd be £13, please. No, it won't. I'll have half. We did that at Christmas. Obviously, Wanda's a massive fan of Super Santa from Munzen's, the choco shaped fucking stout thing, and it'd been on her radar for weeks, fucking weeks and weeks and weeks. So you walk into the brewer's tap, and they've got currently on, and coming soon. And she clocked Super Santa very early on, and it got to the stage where I actually had to message Lorna, the owner of the tap, saying, "For the love of God, can you tell me when this is coming on? Because she's doing my fucking head in." And she she said it'll be Christmas week. I said, okay. So she messaged, well, I think Wanda had gone somewhere. I can't remember where she gone to have her nails done or something. And have either of you had black sheep, raspberry, white chocolate in Asda? I wasn't a fan of that. I have had that. Didn't review it. I didn't like it. Yeah, and I messaged her saying, I know something you don't know. And she said, it's on, innit? I'm like, yeah. So she came home and we went up there and she said, I'll have a pint. So I had 2 pints of this stuff. It came to 15 quid. Like, yeah, fuck. I said, you could sip that. You better sip it. So, and that's the thing. It can be an expensive hobby.
Yeah, oh, definitely, yeah. And I guess that does put a lot of people off. It does alienate a lot of people with that price, and I do get it. Hence, obviously, they're trying to tap into the supermarket and give you new beers at a reasonable price. But again, that can still be a little bit off-putting for some people, though, when they see, like, you know, a can of beer for £3.50, or, you know, some of the imperial beers, like the Vocation beers, you know, £5 a go for a can. That would put a lot of people off. I know it would me, like, years ago. I'd be like, fuck that. £5 for one can? No thanks.
Especially when you're used to sort of buying things like Carlin, when you can get 950 cans for a tenner, and then you turn around and you're getting 3 for your £9. It's like, yeah. All right, I could get a fucking tray of that for that price. It is, and I mean, I don't buy half as much beer as I used to. In all honesty, we went out yesterday and sort of got a bit carried away, but it's
that's a one-off though, isn't it?
No, it's not. We end up getting a taxi down to the brewer's tap. It's like, we'll just have one, because they end up having one. And then yesterday we were there for fucking 5 hours. I mean, it's like you come out and like and then Wanda made a lovely moussaka. So she we're still looking at places to go for the honeymoon. I'd like to go to Prague. She wants to go to Greece. So I think we're going to go to Greece. And so she said, we went out for dinner with some friends of ours the other night, talking about moussaka. So she's never made a moussaka. So she makes this moussaka. Fucking, it's all there. She spent fucking hours prepping it yesterday. And she said, all right, well, the Brewer's Tap, probably our favourite place to go in Pompey, is free this weekend. So we'll pop down and give them some love. We'll pop down for one, we'll come back and have the Masaka. That was at 3:30. We came back at 9:15, and ended up having the fucking Chinese. It's fucking nuts.
That's
So she said,
proper
do you want
freestyling.
to go out for one today? No, I fucking don't. Well, fine, thanks. Absolutely fine. Well, should we open this Paul, Emma?
Yeah, let's go for it.
I've never got to the stage where I've actually used my glasses so much in all my life. But it's at a stage now, it's becoming quite embarrassing. So David Wilson's going to Brew London. He's going to the Great British Beer Festival and Beer Central in Birmingham.
Oh.
The lager I'm drinking is good. Scott may be a little jealous. He's not a little jealous. He's fucking very jealous, Kev. But don't worry, because someone block him. Oh, that smells nice. I've not had. I'll tell you what, you sent me some of this for my birthday a couple of years back.
I did, yeah. Yeah.
And I don't think I've had it since, if I'm honest. But it's lovely. It's a lovely beer. Proper German hells.
Yeah. German engineering there.
Yeah. Proper, done properly, no fucking around. And just easily.
I mean, yeah, in the grand scheme of things, it's still a mass-produced beer, but fucking hell, it is.
I think that's the thing. People think that mass-produced means shit. It doesn't have to. It doesn't have to mean shit if it's done properly. And like Paul you've got the Camden Hills out there, both mass-produced, but don't suffer from that tag.
No, you just keep it simple, keep it true. Off you go.
Go back, Wanda, to the fortnight. So I think Leo will be on the PlayStation 4. Wanda's probably struggling on the Switch, and I'm not gonna be honest. Wanda's probably fucking rubbish, and Leo will be carrying her everywhere. It's hilarious. Love Paul and a quality beer. Warstein is good too. Warstein, mass produced, but not rubbish. Doesn't have to mean rubbish.
No, there are some absolutely fantastic mass-produced beers available, especially in this game. You're talking lagers. There are decent ones to be had.
Warstein is a belter of a beer.
Yeah, it's quality. I mean, that's I mean, I think the Co-op, they did an offer a while back, and it was like 12 bottles for sort of 10 quid or something.
Wow. Okay. You can't go wrong, can you? You can't go wrong with that.
You can't knock it.
Enjoying a Sling It Out Stout from Seven Brothers. That's one of their cereal beers, isn't it? Yeah. I'm sure we've done that. The upcycled Cocoa Pop Shine. I'm sure we've had that. Because they've got a few. They've got the cornflakes one. They've got Rice Krispies and all sorts of stuff. Seven Brothers. I quite like Seven Brothers as well. They're a very good brewery. The beer exploded was called El Train from Chicago. 6% IPA, best one out of the box. Well, clearly wasn't. It went fucking everywhere. It might have came out of the box. It probably went all out the wall. To be fair, I haven't had a beer explode since the one that fucking almost took my eye out. What's the best beer you've had this year?
Oh, good hell. I mean, if we're going down the supermarket road, I'll probably say the Northern Monk of Rivington. That really stood out for me. I was really impressed with it. Craft side of things, I had a nice IPA from Beak, which was called Sweet Spot. That was pretty decent. I think that was like 7%. I forget what the hops were in it, but that was quite a nice drinking experience.
I had their Parade on tap.
Parade's good. Yeah,
that's a lovely beer. Lovely beer. I've not had a massive amount of Beak, but the stuff I've had from them, I think I've had 2 or 3 now. they've all been really good quality beers.
Yeah, I've become a bit of a fanboy of Beak. I know Chris. I don't know if he's still watching or not, but I know he said he likes what they do, but he doesn't like the artwork. He's not a big fan of their artwork.
I can get that. I can understand that. It's not. It doesn't jump out at you. It's quite basic. I don't mind it. I don't mind the basic nature of it, but I get where he's coming from. My first experience of drinking craft beer in Leeds in January for my birthday was drinking pints of Salt, Northern Monk, and the rest of 6% plus. Couldn't remember the bus journey home. Yeah. I think that's the thing also, is where you're drinking when you're used to drinking sort of pints of fucking Carlin and that sort of shit, and then you venture off into the craft beer, and obviously the ABVs are a completely different animal to what's going on the normal shit. So when you're drinking pints of that stuff, it can catch up with you.
Yeah, definitely. Because I mean, 99% of it, like if you're getting a 7% IPA, you don't know you're drinking it. You really don't. You just get no alcohol kick from it whatsoever. But if you go back to like, you know, a 7% macro beer, then you probably get that little bit of a alcohol bite in there. And you know, but yeah, I mean, it's a work of art how they do it. Fantastic, really.
It almost became. I remember the conversations that we had during I think probably during lockdown and all that, where it was almost offensive if you picked up the ABV in the beer, where the breweries have become that clever and are good at doing it. I know the Belgians have been doing it for years, but yeah, it was almost like, oh, I'm actually getting this ABV. What the fucking hell's going on here?
Well, it's like some of the triple IPAs. I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of a triple IPA. I'm quite comfortable with a double IPA, but I've had a few triples knocking around the 10-11% mark, and you're thinking you're drinking a normal 5% IPA. There's no burn from it or anything.
Yeah, I think I think we broadly have the same sort of mentality with things like that. I don't mind a triple IPA, but I do find that they can be. You have to be in the mood for it, because it can be very heavy, very quickly, and obviously the amount of ingredients and hops and everything that goes into to bring that up to the 10%, it can be fucking hard. It can be very hard work.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, on the other side of it, if you're drinking an ABV, you know, the same sort of ABV, but it's an imperial stout, you know, it's a bit of a sipper.
Yeah.
You just take time with it, you nurse it, you know, you just have a little sip, put it back, and just sort of like have it for a good hour or so watching a movie or something. But with a triple IPA, if that alcohol's hidden, you end up drinking it like a normal IPA, really.
Yeah,
and that's where the damage gets done.
Yeah, there's almost no sort of etiquette, if you like, drinking etiquette to a triple IPA, for that very reason. Because obviously you're used to with an IPA, it's not something that you're going to enjoy for hours. It's something that's, I don't know, half hour, something like that. But when you've got a triple, you still, I mean, if that ABV is hidden, you're just going to fucking whack it back. Pilsner is a lovely beer.
Yeah. I was fortunate enough to go to Prague about 4 or 5 years ago now, and that stuff is pretty much bloody everywhere in the Czech Republic, everywhere, and it's cheap as chips, and it's bloody fantastic.
Well,
always a good go-to.
You're on a mass-produced beer suffering. Well, it's a mass-produced beer, so it's never suffered. Never suffered.
I mean, if you ever get the chance to actually go to the brewery, they do like an unfiltered version.
Oh, okay. Lovely.
Yeah, I think Johnny and Brad actually did a video of it ages ago, Craft Beer Channel, and yeah, it's something else.
I'd like to have. I'd like to have. don't buy a huge amount of Pilsner Urquell, but it is a beer I appreciate enormously, and I need to pick up more of them, especially now the sun's come out. Now the sun's out a little bit, it's probably something I'll pick up.
Yeah, it comes into its own, though, doesn't it? When you've got nice weather,
Yeah.
you fancy cooking a barbecue on, perfect beer to have.
Just got back in the room again. One of my lenses fell out. Or like one-eyed. I'm supposed to wear. I have done for 10 years. Use glasses for reading, but I've never got into the habit. But obviously, when you're on my phone, I can't see anything anyway. So I am trying to be better because I try to read. I'm reading one that buys me. I've got a Kindle. I love my Kindle, but I also like a proper book. Love a book, just to read. So she bought me a couple for Christmas. She got me the one from Freddie Flintoff's book. That was quite interesting. Jeremy Clarkson's Farm was fucking brilliant. Really enjoyed that. And I'm currently reading Dave Grohl's book from Nirvana, and I'm at the stage where he's just joined Nirvana and they've just lost Kurt. It's been brilliant. I'm sat there reading it. I'm like, I'll put these on a bit more. Put them on a bit more. It's just my eyesight's buggered now, and I've got to admit it. I have to admit it now. I live near Rivington, but didn't know it existed until recently. Brilliant. Yeah, because Rivington's Oldham, isn't it? Nothing good comes from Oldham. That's a dig at Chris. Because only Chris is in Oldham. Rubber Fingers. Fucking brilliant name. Love it. All right, Scott. Right, thank you so much. I saw your t-shirt. I just wanted to ask, have you watched The Mandalorian before watching Boba Fett on the Disney Channel? We have the Disney Channel. Me and my good friend here. No, that way. I'll never get this fucking right. This lovely man, Dean's Beer Reviews. Going to give him a sub as well. Huge Star Wars fans. Love The Mandalorian. The Mandalorian is an absolutely fucking brilliant series.
Yeah.
I didn't hate Boba Fett. I liked parts of the story. I think it was structured in a very strange way. But I'm really looking forward to Obi-Wan Kenobi next month. I know that. That is going to be awesome.
Yeah, that'll be fantastic. I mean, I like Ewan McGregor as an actor anyway. I know you're not the biggest fan of him, but I think he does the role justice.
I don't think anybody else, obviously apart from Sir Alec Guinness, I think he plays that role fantastically. And that trailer, I'm all over that. I cannot wait for that series. I think it's going to be absolutely fucking brilliant.
Yeah, it'd be good. And it'll keep it in tune with, you've got you've got the old school Star Wars fans, haven't you, knocking around.
While you're on that subject, you can talk for a couple of minutes. Well, you talk for a couple of minutes and go for a pee.
Yeah, no worries. What was the last comment?
About Star Wars.
Star Wars, yeah. So there's lots of Star Wars fans in. Well, I hope there is anyway. Fucking hell. I can already see the comments. What's that? Correct. By the way, I'm currently drinking Mediterranean orange gin and ice. That sounds pretty nice. I'm not the biggest gin fan. My missus is. She loves it. She actually loves gin, but not for me. It's an acquired taste, I think. I think when it comes to the three lagers that we've had tonight, That one. I'd say that one's my favourite. Camden Hells, I do like it, but I'm quite impressed with that one. If I'm brutally honest, I think the Heverlee Premium Pilsner Lager, I think that just about pips the Camden Hells. Although that's a decent Helles, I think that one pips it for me. I'm just doing the order, mate, of which beers I liked.
So what have you gone for? What did you go for first?
Polana,
Yeah.
Heverlee, and then the Camden.
Okay. I probably wouldn't disagree with that, to be fair. I like Camden Hills, but it's not. I don't say it's the best thing out there. That Heverlee's.
I like it. I thought it was good.
But I was quite surprised by that. It's a very well made beer. It's nice. I'd buy that again if I was going to pick up 3 for a £5. I think it would definitely be within the shout to pick it up again.
Yeah, I'd pop one in again for sure. They're all good beers in their own little way, I guess.
Yeah. Lidl's, they have Belgian beers next Thursday, including the 6-pack for $11.99, which is great. That 6-pack is a. I just don't do well with Belgian beers these days. I don't. I'm going to be honest. That fucking Duvel thing finished my love of Belgian beers. In all honesty, yeah, I think I'll leave that there. Think you and Dean got me drinking craft beer in the first lockdown, but cans maybe 3/4 at a time. In a way, love them days watching you and Wanda, Scott. Wanda's great, mate. She is, and she's. I've said this over and over again. She brings more to our channel than she would ever realise. Yeah. It does miss her occasionally. She's been in a load of videos lately. She's coming up with stuff as well, and I'm going to do that Bueno tomorrow, I think. And I think she's come out of herself as well. I think it's that she'd never admit it, but I think the channel's helped her confidence in a few ways as well. And
it is a good confidence builder though, doing this. When you get a nice bunch of people watching you on a regular basis, and it's a good booster, good self morale.
Well, I got up to do my wedding speech, and a few years ago I would have been quite nervous about doing that. But I'm at a stage where I can speak publicly, and I think I can project that as well enough to get across the room now. And it's something I don't think I would ever have been able to do maybe 5-10 years ago. I don't know. It has helped me enormously, because when I was a kid and going into my teens now, I was very shy, and I still can be in certain circumstances and situations. I can sort of retreat into myself. I use humour and being a dick to mask those insecurities as a person sometimes.
No, I get that. I still say to this day though that the best thing that I've ever achieved doing this, apart from reaching that 1,000 milestone, was interacting with you, mate.
Do you know what? I'm very lucky. I am very lucky, and I'm always. I'll be very honest. I said to you earlier, we had quite a hefty day yesterday, being Wanda, beer wise, and if it hadn't been you tonight, I wouldn't have done the live. I wouldn't be here.
No, I do appreciate it.
I would have just sort of sat maybe in the shed or on the sofa and just relaxed for the evening. There was a reason that this live's happened, and there was no way I was not going to do it. And if it had been anybody else, I probably wouldn't have done it, you know. Mm-hmm. But I've said on Steve's live, I love Steve. He's a lovely guy. But I've said many times that I've never forgotten. Excuse me. That you reached out to me and Wanda, and I've never forgotten it, and I don't see it as helping smaller channels. I hate the term smaller channels and stuff like that. But if I could, I caught paying for. There's a song by Ginger called "Paying It Forward," and that's how I see that. I'm very lucky to reach however many fucking subscribers we've got, friends, what you want to call them, and if I can bring people along as well, like you did with me and Wanda, then I'm all up for that.
Yeah, it's putting your hand down, isn't it, and just saying, "Come on."
Yeah, it's like
little pull up.
There was a thing the other night where I was watching Chris and Lou's live when we were coming back from London on the train, and they were trying to get Jack Howard, who's got no content, nothing. So they're trying to get him to 100 subscribers with no content, and Disco commented on it saying we're struggling to get to 100 subscribers with content, and I felt quite bad, if I'm honest. So I thought, you know what? The next day, I put a community post out saying, do you know what? These guys, they work hard. Let's try and get into 100 subscribers. I just like doing those are the little moments for me that I like. I like doing that. Just helping people that we've all got little milestones that you want to hit or whatever you want to do. Definitely. And if I can help do that, I just see that as a given, really.
Yeah, you sort of, as much as it's good progressing up the numbers chart, shall we say, it's always, never forget your roots. Always be grounded with what you do. Don't let it get to your head.
Yeah, we've had this. Let me just read David Scott. Although I take the P, when you use your glasses and read the cans, I enjoy the reviews more. So do I, mate, because I know what I can fucking read. So now I've actually pulled the glasses out, I've got a vague idea what the hell's going on. We've had this discussion. I've got no ego. I have no ego. I don't have an ego on me. I've never. I'm not that sort of person. And if I did start to get too big for my boots, my wife would fucking tear me down quicker than that. And at the end of the day, what have I got to have an ego about? I make fucking YouTube videos. It doesn't make me a superstar. It doesn't make me better than anybody else. It just makes me Scott that does a fucking beer review or something silly with his wife. Why would I be fucking? Do you know who I am? Blah, blah, blah. I don't get it. I don't get it. I never have done, and I'm very lucky that the people that I get on well with, yourself, even Dave. You've met Dave. Dave is the most unassuming man you'll ever meet in your whole fucking life.
Fucking shitloads, massive YouTuber, shitloads of subscribers, and he's a grounded bloke, and he's pretty down to earth, to be honest with you. There's no sort of airs and graces about him. And that's how it should be.
Yeah, and just I don't get all this pomposity. I don't. It doesn't.
I don't know. People just. I think just people just go down the rabbit hole and lose themselves within the numbers that are on their screen, and think, well, I must be special now or something. I don't know.
I'm special, but in the fucking wrong way. But I don't get it. I've got no ego. Why would I? It's a bafflement to me.
Yeah, in the grand scheme of things, we're still small fish in a big pond, aren't we? In the grand scheme of things, when you start talking about numbers and stuff and all these like massive YouTubers, we're just a drop in the ocean,
Well, I know Jim's in, or he was in a bit earlier. Rampant. Always got very well with Jim, and he's always described beer within YouTube as a niche within 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 a niche. So there's no.
Oh, it's fucking miles down the order. Beer. Yeah. When it's very much appreciated that there's people out there that connect with you, that sing off the same hymn sheet as you when it comes to beer. But when it comes to like levels of what's important on YouTube, we're fucking miles down the road. You know.
I think also is there's this fallacy of community between the YouTube community, beer community. For me, the only community really is in these guys in the chat. That's where the real community lives, because they're the ones that are supporting all the channels. Do all the channels get on? No, they don't. You know, it's no different. It's no different to any other walk of life. There are personalities that just don't get on. That's fair enough. It's not a problem. But the real community is in these chaps here. The people that actually come in and watch all the different channels. They're the community. They're the real beer community, not us, not me, you, Rampant, Simon, any of these guys. The real people are these guys. They're the people that give their time to watch and interact. That's where the real community is. Nothing to do with us.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. 100%. You bang on the fucking money there, mate, really, because they're the people that are sitting back now watching us. They're the ones that are taking the time to watch what we're waffling on about, really.
Exactly, and I've always been for that. At the end of the day, you're going to have personalities that don't get on. That's life. It is. But when you're on about, you can have channels building their own community, but they're all part of a broader thing, and it's weird.
I mean, of course, it's nice. It's nice to get on with someone that does exactly the same as what you do on YouTube. You know, naturally. And I've tried in the past with people. You know, there's certain people that I've tried with, and it's failed, and you just walk away from it. You know, you've done a bit of content with them over the years, enjoyed the here and now, but it hasn't sort of materialized as, you know, there's no longevity in it. It comes to an end. You know, you've got different opinions.
I take the friendships I've got now, and I treasure those friendships because I've been through the trenches with some of you guys, and I've come out the other side with you as well, and I respect. And I'm very honest about the people I get on with. I don't dislike anybody. I just haven't got time for people.
Yeah.
Hey Scott, and congrats on the wedding, Dean. Hope you're well as well. Thank you so much, mate. Yeah, wedding was fantastic. Loads of pictures, all sorts going on. It was lovely. Month today, fucking month I made. Popped on. Hello, buddy. How you doing? Chris is hammered.
Chris.
He's underneath the fucking Stella. Star Trek is king. Fuck him off. Fucking idiot. Riverton is more Bolton than Chorley. It's the same shit. It's all that row, you fucking idiot. It's near you. That's all we need to know. Keep going, Wanda. Love Mandalorian. I thought the Book of Boba Fett was crap until the last couple of episodes when it wasn't really wasn't anything to do with Boba Fett. Well, I think me and Dean have had the same conversation. The two best episodes of Boba Fett didn't have him in it. But completely agree, Matt. It was looking forward to Obi-Wan.
Yeah, they can't really go wrong with that, can they? But you know,
we'll see. What we're currently on. So me and Dean are on the Paul. What are you guys drinking? Where are you from? What are you drinking? I'll ask as someone else used to.
Paul quality. Fucking quality.
Go on, Wanda. Oh, she's probably stuck on fucking Fortnite now, isn't she? I'll see if I can find where we're at. Hang on. She's told me I'm fucking miles behind. Oh, we go. It's got spaceships, goblins, or dragons in, then the word of Duncan Bannatyne. I'm out. Not a fan then, Jack. I would have thought you'd be fucking one of them. I'm still trying to drink Bud Light on the perfect draft. Should come with an age limit of 5 because a 5-year-old drink it and not get pissed. But then again, Chris would get pissed. anybody that's not seen Dave's review of Bud Light, go and watch it because he was gurning at the screen for about fucking 10 minutes, just like huffing and puffing. It was brilliant. Go on, Wanda. Don't be bloody self. Hang on. I should be able to find them myself. Hang on. Where are we? Oh, we are quite far behind. You really prefer Star Trek to Star Wars? That's well, this is Dave we're speaking about. I mean, the man's not right. He ain't right in the head. He's not normal, Rob Fingers. Probably right, Dave. Just having a Thornbridge beer called Quiet Storm. It's a single hopped Galaxy IPA. That'll have its normal Thornbridge smell and taste about it.
What's the supermarket beer? The Thornbridge and Riffle, is it?
I haven't got hold of Riffle.
Yeah, I can't see it anywhere.
It's the only one left that I haven't done that I'd quite like to have a look at, being a West Coast. I think sure it's West Coast.
Yeah, West Coast. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to take a look at that. Yeah, more of a story to Star Trek. Disney ruined Star. How would you fucking know? How would you know that Disney have ruined Star Wars? You're having a laugh. Your big spocky ears. You look like a fucking Klingon. I love Dave. Dave is we said it earlier, lovely guy. What I like about Dave is he dishes out the piss, but he'll take it as well. And I've got all sorts of time for people like that. It's and Dave's just a genuinely nice man. Dave, Chris would be on his back. He's on his back now. Chris has got Dave. He's just messaged me on WhatsApp. I know everything. I bet you don't. Fair play, Dave. Any Star Trek film you would recommend? None of them. Fucking none of them.
Yeah, Six Spock's all right.
Do they find him?
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they found him. Yeah, okay. He was in New York.
Was it First Contact?
That
was one of them. That was. I seem to remember that was
Generations. That was a pretty good film as well with Picard and Kirk.
So he's just sent a message to WhatsApp. I'm 53. I know everything. Soppy old git. Very face. We can't be that far behind now, Wanda, surely. Hi, Scott and Wanda. Dean, how are you all doing? Hello, Lou. They've had a family barbecue today, so they're all probably arseholed. Shit face. Chris has got a keg of Stella, so he's probably smashed his way through that. There's nothing left of that. There can't be. I think you have to watch Star Trek The Next Generation, to be honest. Watch out for the Borg, though. They scare me. I bet he has nightmares about them. So, saying that, someone said the square tower looked like the Borg cube.
The Borg. Oh.
Yeah. It's funny, though. 60 subs, no videos. If I get to 100, I'll make content, I promise. So we managed to get Jack to 60 subs with no videos. That's hilarious.
That's a work of art, that is.
I just think it's hilarious. Things like that. I'm going to keep pushing that now. I think we all need to do it. Get him to 100 subs. It'd be brilliant. What you want tonight, Chris? Should I put money on it? He's got Stella on the fucking perfect draft, mate. He's got his tap under it.
Did have Stella on the perfect draft.
He had 10 points earlier.
Gone.
He's probably got fucking 3 drips left if he's lucky. Hot chocolate, fuck off for you. Well, hot chocolate, I'm not having that. Not a hope in hell. Fuck, lost. Cooking roadkill. All right, buddy. I have a whole thumbnail. I did a thumbnail for that. And she won't go back to the roadkill one. Roadkill. I had a whole thumbnail done for roadkill reviews. I wanted to go out with Wanda and pick up roadkill. So anything that's lying in the road, and pick it up. And she blatantly refused. But the thumbnail is epic. I might even share. I might share it on the community tomorrow. If I've still got it, I don't even know if I've still got it because it was done during lockdown. It was a bit of fun. But I just thought it'd be hilarious. But obviously, the animal campaigners wouldn't be too happy with me. Come on, people, let's get Jack Howard 100 subs. 40 more to go. Just click like and subscribe. There you go. If there's a link, someone put a link in the chat and get Jack to 100 subs because I think he's fucking brilliant. It just makes me laugh. There you go. Well done, Lou. Ego is a man's worst enemy. Completely agree. No ego. Nothing. Why would I have ego? He's Star-Lord's dad anyway. Hoping you get to 40 real soon. Want to see you on cam. I have so he will not like me for this, but Jack actually has been on a live stream. If you can guess whose live stream it was, Jack will have to do content immediately. Chris is very special. And Jack does a really bad Chewbacca impression. Horrendous. Absolutely horrendous Chewbacca impression. Chris is a comic genius. Only in his own kitchen. I'm going to be like the Viking Hugh Fernley Whittingstall. Jesus Christ. If you make a video, mate, that would be hilarious. It would. Because Christ, what would you do? What sort of content would you have on your channel, Jack? You Fernley Whittingstall. What about Jack and his content? What sort of content would Jack make? He said he'd be like the Hugh Fernley Whittingstall.
Oh.
And he said he will make content. And someone say, what does he look like? Now, Jack has been on a live stream. But whose? Can anybody guess? Cheers, David. Will do. Saw you and Scott on a video the other day talking about wrestling. Rank these old wrestlers in order: Ultimate Warrior, Andre the Giant, or Big Daddy. Well, they're all fucking rubbish for a start.
No giant haystacks. Oh, come on.
Oh, Jesus. I thoroughly enjoyed the couple of wrestling videos that I've done with Dave. And I'm sure there'll be more. I don't think it's the last of it. We have had a couple of ideas, so I'm sure they'll be back.
I quite liked Andre. I thought he was. I liked him when he turned when Bobby the Brain got into his head, and he sort of like went all bad, and he sort of said "fuck off, Hulk Hogan." You know, old Hulk was like, "What?"
Dave's just shared. Excuse me. Dave's just shared Jack's channel on Twitter to try and get into 100. So hopefully we can smash. Warrior, Andre. Andre was too big for my book, and Shirley Crabtree was for the old dears. I don't disagree with that. I love the Warrior. I know
Andre was limited, wasn't he? Because of obviously his disease.
Yeah, and obviously Big Daddy was just a fucking... He was a carnival attraction. And the Warrior couldn't wrestle for toffee, but was an amazing character. And an absolute arsehole of a man. But, yeah, I loved the Warrior. I thought he was brilliant. For me, he was in my top 5.
I used to like Jim Duggan, Hacksaw Jim Duggan, and Randy Savage.
Randy Savage was brilliant.
They were characters.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant. The only thing that I found out in later life was how much Randy Savage had to plan his matches. So he would do everything through his matches was scripted for the whole lot. Whereas a lot of wrestlers, they have bullet points that they're going to go to, so like spots in the match. But he would plan out his whole match, and it would drive everybody fucking mental. Yeah. But as a character, unbelievable.
You wouldn't get that with the Bushwhackers, would you?
Fucking Bushwhackers.
Fucking hell. Fucking, they were the American version of the Dingles, weren't they?
Yeah. But just absolutely mental. But actually, before they became the Bushwhackers, they were called the Sheep Herders. And they were actually they were the bad guys. They were fucking vicious arseholes until they came to the WWF and they made them into this comedy routine.
Yeah. I used to like Bushwhackers.
Old school, I could talk about old school wrestling for hours.
I
loved it.
That was my WWF was sort of my time. Demolition. It's like their tag team. Rockers, Demolition.
Proper old school music as well. Fucking Demolition. I mean, Demolition will never go into the Hall of Fame. They'll never go in because
music intro though.
Yeah, because Axe is fucking still suing Vince McMahon for fucking head trauma, and so they'll never go in, and they're it's criminal because one of the greatest tag teams ever. I mean, they're just a rip off of the fucking Legion of Doom, but brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Yeah. Beer is expensive.
Yes, agree.
Still behind. Even though I hope you both good. Hello, Steve. How you doing, buddy? Why aren't you live? Why are you doing your 9-hour live? You have a lot. I love Steve. He's a lovely man. I've got a lot of time, Steve.
He's down to earth sort of fellow, though, isn't he?
Again, just a nice bloke and easy going and a lot of time for the man. Wrath of Khan. Oh, that was another Star Trek one, wasn't it? I sub Jack. Fucking hell. We'll get into 100 subs. I think it'd be brilliant. If we can get into 100 subs with absolutely zero content, it's just amazing. That's what YouTube's about for me. It's just having a bit of a laugh and a giggle. The smoke raccoons down here, probably roadkill. I was saying that I don't know if I ever sent it to you. I'm sure I did. I wanted to do roadkill reviews with Wanda. And I made a whole fucking thumbnail for it. And she just refused point blank. It's probably the best thumbnail I have ever made. It's amazing. I need to share it. I'll share it tomorrow. If I can find it, I'll do it. Bye, Wanderer Bueno. Cheers, guys. All the bit. Thank you so much, Mark. Really appreciate it, buddy. If we'll get up to Leeds at some point. It's not going to be this year, mate. I ain't going to lie. It'll probably be next year. So, but we'll come up. We'll have a drink with you. I'm not telling you, Scott, you steal all my ideas. I said, what content would you make? He's like, oh, great telling you. Hugh is fun to watch. Hugh Fernie Whittingstall. I don't know. He's the fucking one that lives in. Is he the
River Cottage?
Yeah, the cottage. Yeah.
Fucking nuts and seeds and all that shit.
Someone's got it. Someone's got those. You were a lot. You were on a lot more streams than me. Just saying. Okay. Have you worked it out yet, Dean? Is the stream he was on?
No. Indulge.
No. List, please, Jack. Not allowed to hang out with wrong'uns. He hasn't uploaded. I think he's just uploaded a couple of videos actually. Hacksaw and Randy are the. I don't know what they were. I'm trying to work that out. Apogee.
See it, mate.
Love them. I wasn't a fan of Hacksaw, but I did love Randy. Randy Savage was a great wrestler.
Yeah. I like Dusty Rhodes as well. I thought he was pretty neat. Dusty
Rhodes was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
$1 Million Man as well. He had a bit of a soft spot.
Well, if you think of $1 Million Man, just think of where Jack ended up on the live stream. Have any of you tried the bomb sauce? Is that a hot sauce? I'm all over. I do like a hot sauce. I still want to get hold of shit the bed. I do want to get hold of shit the bed sauce, but I am a bit worried about it if I'm honest. But I do like hot sauce. It's not a fan of me, so I have to be very careful what I eat. Are you a fan of spicy stuff, Dean?
Yeah, if mood orientated.
Right. Okay. But not seriously spicy.
No.
What's the hottest you go to curry wise?
Oh,
If you say Cornwall, I'm ending the stream.
no, but butter chicken. No, I probably tikka masala. I'm quite happy with that.
Okay, I like a Balti, so I'm not.
Yeah, Balti's are all right. Yeah,
that's my go-to curry is a Balti. I love a Balti. I like spice, but I don't want to eat something that's going to hurt me all the time. It's just
it can
not
be a
for
bit
me.
fucking mean, can't it? Some of these spices they chuck in, it's like, yeah.
Well, yeah, adult Pampers, Scott, for the hot stuff, and that's the trouble. I mean, I've done a few of these spice things, and I end up on the fucking toilet at 2 o'clock in the morning, shitting lava, wonder where my life's gone wrong, and it's just not a pleasant thing anymore. I'm fucking 40, I'm 46, you know. I need to start growing up at some point in my life. I'm married again now. I've got a wife to look after and stepkids. You know, it's fucking at some point someone has to fucking give. Adult Pampers. I remember going into the I never knew this was a thing. I went into the chemist during lockdown. I think it was during lockdown. And I turned round and you had like fucking men nappies. And I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? I never knew these were a thing. Like, was it what's the fucking name of the brand?
Tenner.
Tenner for men. I'm like, what
Tenner,
the fuck
man.
is this? What is
Yeah.
it?
They're
Like,
just people who can't be asked to get up and go to the toilet, mate.
I was stood there in complete bewilderment of what the hell was going on in my life. And it's like, this cannot seriously be a thing. It's mental. I have bought some now. just in case. The bomb is hot sauce. Oh, yeah, what is it? I almost picked up. I was in we were in Tesco's earlier getting the beers and so on. And in the reduced section, there was a what's that fucking hot sauce range? Can't remember what it's called, but it had Carolina Reaper sauce, and I'm like, it was like £1.50, and I almost picked it up, but I think I'm done a little bit with the absolute spice, and the Reaper. Saying that, there is a gin and chili festival in Pompey next month, and they've got a chili eating contest. Now, I would have done the chili eating contest, but we're not here. Lee is going to see MCR, but if not, I would have done the chili eating contest. I wouldn't have got anywhere near it, but I just think it would have been fucking good content of me just dying,
being in pain,
absolute pain in front of people, wondering what the fuck I'm doing. As I'm very religious and a good Catholic, can we just take a second to appreciate the Lord Jesus? Says the Blue Van Man. Shalom to you all.
Yeah, shalom.
One thing about me is I'll stand by mistakes, even though the cock of a bloke for a short time was doing. Mate, I'm having a tease with you. We've all done stupid things that we regret. So, you know, you're a good guy. Fuck religion and fuck the government. I think we'll stand on that. Absolutely fine. Jesus died so the world could end in the state it's in now. Wow, that's not really an endorsement, is it? To be fair, and it's not just the world; it's the country we live in. Our country is in a fucking ruin at the moment. It's incredible.
Mate. One big fucking mess.
And I don't see any way out. Not any way out. It's just Rubbish. It's a rubbish. BVM, shall we all take a minute's silence? Well, Dave won't. He can't shut his fucking gums for a fucking minute, can he? That ain't happening. Is that everyone? Are we good? Are we up to date? Tenner. Well, Scott will be there soon. Shut your face. Have a minute's silence when Scott eventually gets to fuck off. Gets to this message. Ain't me. Wanda's doing it. The wife. I have a closet full of full store for my. I have a closet full stored for my poor neighbour in case he runs out. Fits up to a size 68 waist. Fuck me, that's a fucking big. What the fuck? It's like a roundabout. So I am covered. My 7-year-old reads quicker than Scott. All right, mate. Bit rude, but it's fine. I'll take it. How far are we behind, Wanda? Because I'm ready to go, love. I'm knackered. I'm going to Rwanda as I hear the flights are cheap in a minute. Brilliant. All good. Are we up to date? Let me just check. I'm just checking on my phone. Yeah, all good. Right, I don't know about you, mate. I'm knackered.
Yes. Yeah, game on.
I've loved tonight, mate. Always a pleasure spending any amount of time with you. One of the nicest, most genuine, best beer reviewer on YouTube. If you don't sub Dean's Beer Reviews, then off you pop now. Just lovely man. One of my best friends. And thank you so much for your time tonight. Thanks ever so much for your time tonight, mate. Thank you, everybody else in the chat. Thank you to the people that have liked, subscribed, super chat, anything that you've done tonight. And me and my good friend, we'll see you very soon.
Ciao.